Well, now, this is Authorized U.S. Magistrate Stanley Siegfried on 18C2, concurrence of 12C869. I want to give some people some education. As far as apps, I do not recommend Twitter app because it's like Instagram. You can only follow people or have followers. I haven't been on it in a couple months because, well, it's a stupid app. Basically, you can have friends and connections on other links, like LinkedIn and Facebook. That's why I actually have 3 Facebooks. Matthew and Stanley. Now, see, in 2014, when I walked away from 12C869, all the Berkeley County brothers and sisters in law enforcement, all the state troopers, all the city cops, all the council members, all the people in general, even the one that owned the trading post there on Route 11 in Martinsburg. It was in the paper. It was in the Journal. It was in the Herald Merrill. It was on WHAG News. It was all over Facebook. When I gave them 12C869, they started arresting every one of them. Why? Because they was using clone phones and signal jammers and stuff and committing these fraudulent and scams for the FBI, thinking, well, they was working for the FBI. They wasn't. They wasn't in a way, though. They was building a case for the FBI to prosecute them. Each and every one of them. And if you would ask each and every one of them personally, if an FBI agent like Dana Janelle didn't come to them and blow smoke up their ass, they'll tell you. Yeah, Dana Janelle was an undercover FBI agent stealing my mail at 1086 Galway Road in Hedgesville, West Virginia when I bought the property off Rosetta Elshot. Well, my client ain't backing down from her property. So she's going to get her deed. And all these idiots here on Mulberry and Broadway and around the area using these clone phones and the signal devices. That's why I'm doing this one. You know, this is divorce for grandchildren. I called the U.S. Marshals after I called the District of Columbia. She took my name and number for the U.S. Marshals and said, why didn't you show up? They're like, we already know you're a U.S. judge. We think it's funny that the FBI's building all these federal cases. They told us they got like 20 or 30 people that are going to be prosecuting here soon. I'm like, really? They're like, yeah, Mr. Secret, we know not to mess with you. You took him prosecute the state's witness in 12C90. We know that's why you didn't care about 12C869. You got what you wanted. Yeah. Before the same judge, Gray Silvers III. But see, Dana Janelle, she determined to protect her daughter's interest in 1151 Galway Road, .89 Murphy Lot. She was here in her black Explorer talking to the neighbor upstairs. Yeah. I called a probation officer about it. Click. Click. Her probation officer don't like it. See, Dana Janelle's actually on probation, and she's trying to save her sorry ass and her daughter's sorry ass with these clowns. And they're dumb enough to fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. Yeah. I mean, you can't get no dumber than these. Ain't that right? What would you do if they gave you a clone phone? Piss on it? I hear you. That sounds like an ideal. But anyhow, these clowns, they think they're doing something. And they're doing nothing but building a case to go to prison on. But you know, how's that case going with your kid? How's that court case going? Very good, right? But at any rate, see, in law enforcement, just like, okay, say you're a state trooper, you're required to have so many speeding tickets, you're required to have so many prosecutions per month. The same with the Bureau. So how does the Bureau do it? Because you don't see them out there working like the city cops and the sheriffs and the state boys. They give them the counterfeit checks. They give them the materials. Even like Richard Madonna They gave him the materials to counterfeit money, and they got him for counterfeiting. Because he thought he was working with the FBI. I mean, he made good counterfeit money too. It looked legit. Because that's how they do it. That's how they get their fraud cases. That's how they get their scam cases. That's how they get their internet crime cases that is Ray's brainchild. Because they create it. If they didn't, there wouldn't be a cybercrime network. There wouldn't be special agents. There wouldn't be undercover agents. There'd only be just regular agents handling the normal fraud cases and stuff. And actually, local law enforcement would handle certain decrees of that. But see, the FBI needs to keep that budget going. They need to keep that money coming in. So they con these idiots into believing they're working with the FBI and give them the equipment and materials by which, and even the connections to commit these crimes, even in the human trading and human trafficking. It's the FBI that's doing all this stuff, and that's how they get their open and shut cases. And what are they going to do? Tell the judge, but I was working for the FBI and he told me to do that. You know what the judge is going to look at you and say? If the FBI tells you to jump off a cliff, you're going to do it. If the FBI tells you to rob a bank, you're going to do it. These clowns likely would. Because this is how they work. That's why I'm doing the DCIM. So the public can hear how it works. See, when you're an officer of law, you're required to make so many arrests within a month's time. All the people that was involved over in West Virginia has already been charged and is already sitting in jail. One went to prison before we even came here, which was Nick Elshak. He got stabbed downtown Martinsburg, and he got charged for that shit. Imagine that. And the same's going to go for the idiots here. And I think it's funny. You know, I do feel bad that the state took their kid, and then now they're going to court over it. And the FBI is telling them, oh, you do this, and you help. You're not going to win 18C2. That's my client's property. That's why I was authorized as a U.S. judge. That's why when Angela Caesars took my name and number for the U.S. Marshals, they said, we ain't messing with that. He is a judge. Now, I am going to call Monday or Tuesday and verify who's set bond and who hasn't set bond. It's my understanding that Dana has actually set bond because, from what I understand, according to her probation officer, Barrel House set PR bond on her. Well, that's nice. I guess he's expecting her to show up. Who knows? But you know, if they didn't have people that was stupid enough, I mean, you got to be really stupid. And they actually believed the FBI when they, oh, he's not a judge. He's not a judge. But here's a clone phone. Here's a jammer. Use it on his equipment. Well, if I wasn't a judge, then why are they giving you that? That's what you got to ask yourself. If he's not a U.S. judge, then why are they giving you that clone phone of mine? Why are they giving you that signal jammer? Because I am a judge. And they're trying to use you to obstruct justice and commit other federal offenses so they can prosecute you when I win this case. That's why. If I wasn't a judge, they wouldn't have gave you the equipment. Dana Janelle wouldn't be talking to your dumb asses. Yeah. Dana Janelle would never come near the street. She'd still be in Hedgesville. There's your proof, dumbass. I mean, what more proof do you want? Think about it. If I wasn't a U.S. judge, Dana Janelle would have not took the extent to talk to your mother, Tom, or your sister. She wouldn't have made the extent to come all the way from Hedgesville, West Virginia, over here to give you a clone phone and a jammer if I wasn't a U.S. judge. That's how dumb you are. You bought her lies hook, line, and sinker. And when you go to federal prison, I hope like hell that you have a family member that can take your all children. Because even the Hagerstown cop, which I played in one of my videos, he's like, wow, that's unreal. He recalls the state troopers in Martinsburg that got charged. He recalls the Berkeley County deputies. He recalls the city cops that all got hit with federal charges, and the city council members and everybody that was involved. He knows about it. He also knows I'm a U.S. judge. But you don't, I mean, why else would they give you a clone phone? Why else would they give you a signal jammer? Think about it. You ain't smart. That pot's really messing y'all's brain cells up. Me, I don't smoke. Well, I smoke cigarettes. And I do use CBD oil. But that's about it. You know, why did I walk away from 12 CA 69? And why is this a concurrence of 12 CA 69? Well, I walked away because I got what I wanted in that case when I prosecuted the state's witness and victim in 12 C90. But then they created a concurrence and I was able to combine the two. Now, Dana, she is upset, and so is her probation officer. And the next time I catch her on Broadway, I'm taking a picture for her probation officer who wants photographic proof that she's been on Broadway. That's a fact. Well, that's all for this episode of Divorce for Grandchildren. Jim Justice, I'll be expecting to see you here in the near future. And by the way, whether you know this or not, the FBI is actually working on federal charges against you and Patrick Morrissey, but they're waiting for this case to be over to prosecute. Because shit rolls downhill. It don't roll uphill. And all their little idiots that they have helping them build federal cases on, they're planning on getting that Christmas bonus. You can bank on that. They're guaranteeing on that Christmas bonus. Well, again, that's all for this episode of Divorce of Grandchildren. I'll be expecting to see you here, Inspector, here real soon with that 9.5 to transfer into the bank. As well as Jim Justice, we'll be expecting to see you. And you need to tell them the truth, Dana. Why else would you give them the equipment? Unless you want to build a federal case on them and prosecute them. But, you know, stupid people, even the one LA, she's like, yeah, I can't believe people that stupid. I said, yeah. She said, I'd have smashed that shit up. How did I know about the court case concerning the child? If I wasn't a U.S. judge, I wouldn't have a clue about it. Think about it. Well, that's enough for this episode of Divorce for Grandchildren. Look forward to my next episode. I might have a guest on it for you.